So we out here, we just left Yummy Platters, a local business that I've been supporting for a long time. You see here, they're help wanted, they're looking to hire people. You gotta walk, you gotta go support local, because these jobs, a basic paycheck is gonna help you do the things that you wanna do. It gives you that value, it gives you that responsibility, but also it gives you that monetary support to get the things that you want to achieve. And so as we're helping out this young lady and we're gonna bring her back some food, I wanted to give her something a little bit more, substantive. And that's what we're doing right now. Yummy Platters meal is gonna last her all day, and then we're gonna provide her with some other food that she can heat up and cook when she's at the place. We're trying to do what we said we were gonna do. There we go. All right. You are on speaker, what's poppin'?
Does she need any, like, feminine hygiene stuff?
I actually got her a bunch of stuff, so no.
Okay.
But if we go...
She has toothbrushing, lotion and stuff?
She has all that stuff. You could probably... She has a small bottle of lotion. Maybe you can get her something like that. Your call. You know what I mean? It's really your call, but she doesn't have a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Okay? We're tied down, we're bogged down, we have less conviction because we have less imagination. And this is systematically designed based off of, economic oppression. They created race as the Oklahoma Shuffle. Race is the issue that everybody pays attention to, as opposed to what they're taking behind our backs, and that's the money, that's the economic disparities.
The problem with Newburgh is it was abandoned in so many ways, or neglected, but mostly, lots of forces turned their back on it, and it has way too many empty spaces. And so urban renewal was, in its formation, the way the legislation was passed in various chapters in Washington as federal legislation, it was a quest for better housing. But it wasn't funding that was established with clear guidelines as to how to get better housing. And that's always a dilemma when you want local rule and local governance versus, state and federal governance. So the money was coming from outside the community. The community could set the rules as to how they spent it. And that was true in town and city after city in America. And Newburgh didn't have strong thinking. That's what I meant by weak thinking in urban renewal. It didn't have a big plan. You don't have to have a huge master plan with pages and pages of graphics, but you do have to know where you want to get to. And you have to have a common mind about that the governing board, city council in this case, and the community has to know where it wants to get in order to get there, and we didn't.
Some people just need a little bit more support and help. And that's what we're doing right now with this young woman, providing her some food. On Monday, we're gonna give her some more services because it's necessary. This county money could be used to pay people to fix these places up, clean them up, provide Wi-Fi, busing, transportation. Humans need support, period. These people need help. A lot of different people are struggling. We're gonna come back later in the week to talk to somebody that's here. People that have their houses burned down, they're alone. Again, there's a pandemic going on. These people didn't get their stimulus checks. You know what I mean? They didn't get their stimulus checks. We're helping them find the money. They need social services, they need health care, and they're looking for answers. They're looking for help, or they're just wandering lost. Don't be alarmed, we're caregivers.
Basically, I ended up homeless the year 2000 and the year 2000. I can't really say that. I don't know the year, but basically that's it.
We're trying to help you out.
Mhm.
You doing okay?
Mhm.
She's looking for opportunities. We spoke a lot yesterday or a couple days ago. Again, I said Assemblymember Jacobson's office, Giselle Martinez really did her best. Julie Shiroshi did their best to help. And they called me, thankfully, to help maybe move it a little bit forward. My team with the Human Union, we've been looking into getting more funds so that way we can keep this young lady in this hotel, but also find more permanent living situation. She's going to OC, wants to stay on track with their schooling. Real life people need support, period. Humans need support, and that's what we're doing. So here's some food. I'll bring it in. And then I've got a friend that's donating some more food with their food stamps.
The goal of Melanin Unchained is to empower our community of Newburgh via civic engagement, financial literacy, environmental justice, and education reform.
They do clothing drives, they're applying for grants, they're teaching people how to save money, they're doing everything around the sun.
I believe the goal of Melanin Unchained is to unite the community, especially in Newburgh. We need to change things in Newburgh, especially.
We have the same goals and vision for Newburgh that I know I saw when I first moved up here when I was a kid. I think just people want to be understood. I think that's the first step with anything, just being understood of, there are so many factors of why a person could be homeless or why a person is going through a certain situation, and just understanding. And if we learn as a collective, there's a lot more than just the immediate problem, that it's a community issue, and just understand each other. I think that's the first step that we can do to get involved in our community.
We can rent space. We can sell the parking lot to the city or the county for county funds. We're working with other people in the IDA and other areas so that way we can get generated funds, because we have a brick and mortar building. It's business. It's America. So one of the first things we wanted to do with Melanin Unchained, just look at the view of Newburgh. We wanted to make sure that our house was in order. So we wanted to get a headquarters. We wanted a place that we can go to. We wanted a brick and mortar space. So that way we can organize, we can mobilize, we can protest differently, and we can actualize what we want. With Melanin Unchained, every initiative and program we want to do, we put on paper first. They're called one-pagers. We make sure that we know the purpose and the why of what we're doing. Thank you so much. And why we're doing it and who we're serving. It's beautiful.
To me, I think the goal of Melanin Unchained is to make the community a better place. Newburgh itself, just starting here, I know a lot of the members are from Newburgh or just from the Hudson Valley area. So I think it's just to make it a better place, whether that's cleaning the streets or helping people who live here, even giving the youth people to look up to that's doing positive things for the community. And then also just, injustice that, whether it's police brutality or anything that people that live here go through, just to give them a way to speak out and let everybody know that, they have a voice and we are all equal, and, there's nothing that you can't do, regardless of where you're from, regardless of your gender, your color, or whatever you do for a living. And I think Melanin Unchained has been giving people just a voice, just a voice to speak up and, make changes in the community.
as you can see, past few weeks there's been a lot of shootings going on in the city, Newburgh. Things haven't been the best for everybody, but yet it's still getting better, so it's like half and half. But as you can see, somebody has passed away.
We can't depend on the government to save us, so it's very important that we come together as a community.
Our purpose here is that every Melanin Unchained member individually grows and develops, which is going to affect positively and impact our local community.